Hi everybody, it's time for your Farm and Ranch News, and today we're producing this program from the 91st Annual Montana Farm Bureau Federation Convention here in Billings, Montana, where one of this year's presenters was Jonna Miller with the American Farm Bureau Federation. And Jonna, you were in Billings this year to talk a little bit about social media and what's going on in that aspect with the U.S. ag industry. What did you tell folks here at this convention?
You know, the real message I had for them today is the fact that social media levels the playing field for them so that they have as much access to everyone around the world, everyone in this country, as someone who's sitting in Manhattan, in New York, or is in Los Angeles. They can reach out and speak to every bit as many people as those urban folks can. And they really need to take advantage of that opportunity to get their story out there, to help the American consumers who are really starting to be interested in where their food comes from and how things are processed, put together. They want to know this information, and so they're seeking this out, and this is a great opportunity to share that with those consumers.
As you travel the country and do presentations like this one, what is the reaction from farmers and ranchers, both young and old?
I'll tell you, you're coming to see that young and old, it doesn't matter, that the interest is really there. And maybe there's a little bit of an intimidation factor in there, saying, boy, can I really do this? Is this going to be too complicated? Is it going to take too much of my time? But folks are interested to see what is it that they're going to have to do, what the possibilities are as far as getting their stories out there. And it's gratifying for me to see it's not just the young farmers and ranchers. I had a room full of folks today, and the average age was probably a couple of years older than me, and they had a lot of really good questions. They were really into it and trying to think of ways that they could share their story in a place where, your closest neighbors, maybe 10 miles down the road. This is a way for them to really talk to a lot of people.
And really, when you stop to think about it, there are a lot of farmers and ranchers with PDA phones, laptop computers out there, and social media shouldn't be something we're scared of.
Absolutely. And these days, you're absolutely right. You can take a BlackBerry or your cell phone, and you can post from your tractor. You can post from your truck, cab. You can post from almost anywhere, just saying, hey, what's going on today? What's happening on the farm or ranch today? And there's not that much of an excuse to say that you can't do it. It's just taking that little bit of time to get out there and spread the word.
That sounds good. Stay with us, folks. We're going to talk some more with the American Farm Bureau Federation's Jonna Miller and this new push and new craze called social media right after this. And Jonna, before the break, you were talking about whether or not farmers and ranchers are embracing this new media craze, but you said it really is something that all of us need to embrace more.
Take that time to get out there, and they all kind of work together. And one example I'd like to share is that our young farmer and rancher chair for the American Farm Bureau Committee is a dairy farmer, Will Gilmer, young guy. Dairy farmers, we know, those are busy folks, okay? Those cows have to be milked every single day, no getting around that. He's managed to put together 70 videos that he's put up on YouTube, which, by the way, is the #2 search engine in the world right now. And so 70 videos up there. He tweets about those, he posts on Facebook and says what's going on that day, what's happening with the cows, what he's doing out in the field. If a dairy farmer can find the time to produce 70 videos, some with his cell phone, and help people understand what it's like to live on a dairy farm, what it's like to produce to produce milk for America, I think most of us can find the time to do that.
Well, thanks for all this great advice. And Jonna says for additional details and even resources about this social media craze, visit the American Farm Bureau's website. That's a look at your Farm and Ranch News. I'm Russell Nimitz.